Hi everyone, welcome to my channel Bella's Creation. Today I'll be doing Mokume Gane line effect technique, and I'll be using multiple colors for that. So this is a tutorial based streaming. If you have any questions, don't forget to ask. Feel free to ask. I'm happy to assist the way I know. Hey Liz, how are we today? Hi Nanaji, oh mother. So we are in the process of getting the clay ready to get our Mokume Gane. Should I need to roll this a little bit? Let's try to get the right size. Still not. Doing a little bit of patchwork here. Shall we all double tap the screen and appreciate the video, guys? Today I'll be showing how we're gonna get the Mokume Gane line effect on the clay. And this is interactive tutorial based streaming. Feel free to ask if you have any questions regarding polymer clay. So let's trim the edges off. Save all the bitten pieces. So we have 2 layers ready. I need the same size approximately. Let's trim the edges off. That's our 3rd layer. Let's get the yellow color ready. Make sure you condition your clay before the project, guys. I have already conditioned my clay, so it's ready to use. If you haven't conditioned your clay before you start creating something with your clay, that's tend to crack during the process and also during the baking time. So make sure you take time to condition your clay. You can use your hands, acrylic roller, or a pasta machine. I have showed you many times. Oh, this is not good. Let's redo it. I have showed you many times how we condition your clay, but if you still have any questions around it, feel free to ask. I need to stretch this one a little bit more. Let's see. stretch it a little bit. That's better. Shall we all double tap the screen and appreciate the effort, guys, and get down to the chat. Tell me who you are, which country you're joining from. We have Licia from Australia, and Nanajit from Sri Lanka, and it's me, Bella's Creation, streaming from Sydney, Australia. Okay, 4 layers ready. 2 more to go. For this project I'm using 6 colors, but you can use 2 or more. This is the brownish one. This is very simple technique. Only thing you have to do is just follow the steps. Okay, last color. Then we're ready to assemble them all together. Let's get this color. This is our last streaming project, earrings, guys. If you were there, we did, what we actually did, I forgot the technique. Oh, the marble technique. So, yeah. And that's what we created with that. We did a few other, but I only assembled that one. Last one. Okay, dokie, we are done here with the preparation. Now you go to continue many more to choose the layer that you want to go first. Actually, before we move to the next layer, I'm gonna do a little bit of work here. Yes. I'm gonna add some foil. Colored foil I have back here. Let's pick and choose some. Let me put these guys away so we have a room to work with. Okay. So usually I'm just checking blue and yellow. This is not primary color because it's magenta. But usually blue, yellow and red are primary colors. Once you mix blue and these two, then you get green. Okay. Let's add some foil in between. Yeah, sure, I will show you. Okay, before we move to this step, I'll show you. What's your question? Can you show us how you made the clay soft and thick even? Good question. Let's get my white color. See, once you bend it, it's crumbly because it is straight from the back. So what we're going to do is we're going to use several methods to get this clay condition, we call it conditioning your clay. That's what I mentioned. Make sure you condition your clay before you move with any other steps. Simple step is get your blade and just cut the clay into tiny pieces and combine them all together. You can use your hand and to work with the clay until it's become soft. That's one technique. And the other technique is you can use the acrylic roller and roll your clay until it gets softened. Since my acrylic roller is a little bit messy, I'm not going to use it on white. And the other technique I'm going to show you here is my pasta machine. So once you get your clay, what you can do is put this clay on your pasta machine and roll it out. In that way, you can get the thick, even slab. So once you bend your clay, is it crumbly like earlier? No, because we conditioned the clay properly. So it's soft. If you rip your clay, it's very soft and you can get the even thickness. That's the easiest way that you can get an even thick and soft clay is use your pasta machine to condition your clay. So if you have used a pasta machine before, there are different thicknesses here, so you can adjust that to the way that you need your thickness. And there's another way. Oh, thank you. And another way is you can purchase these kind of frames online. I think I got it on Amazon. And you can put it here and roll it. Then you can roll into the even thickness. There's two different things that I do. This one, for the pasta machine, you can get the soft and even thick clay. Got it? Okay, let's move to our project. And again, if you have any question, don't hesitate to ask. It's an interactive session, so we can work together. I'll start with this color first. And what we're going to do is we're going to add some foil paper. It was so excited. Even before I cut it, so let's trim the extra bits off. And cover the rest. Here we go. You can trim the extra bits off, or you can fold it back to the clay. Do what you like, but I like the clean edges for this project, so I'm trying to trim the extras off. It's okay if it's a little bit here and there, but try to not to make it messy. Okay, a little bit more here, and I think we're good. little bits for later. Come here. That's very tricky. Okay. Get in here. Alrighty. Oh goodness. That's got stuck on my hand. Alrighty, let's put that away. No more drama. Let's get our clay patch and put the foil side up. And we're going to put the next layer. You can pick and choose the colors you want to be next to each other. I'm trying to avoid the same shades next to each other because, like, for an example, I want blue and yellow together, because once it is mixed, it's become green. So there's no point of putting all these three colors together, so we won't get the effect we were looking for. So we are stacking all the slices like this. This time I put actually yellow. And this side we can add another layer of a foil. Adding the foil paper to the clay is a great idea. It gives texture, that's right, it gives texture. Especially, I'll show you here. Here I have added a little bit of silver color foil. Once you see the finished product, you can see the little glow, the shine. It gives the kind of a marble stone effect. So there's different things you can add. You can add the foil paper, or else you can add makeup powder. Depends on what you actually looking to have it on your thing. Okay, for the next one, I'm looking for something gold. Seems like I'm running out of gold there, but let's put some gold foil. I have the bottle, so let's do some gold foil, but it's not a paper, so make sure you spread them out, otherwise it's gonna be clogged. Thank you so much, Genevieve, is that how I pronounce your name? Thank you. Make sure you subscribe with the bell icon so you can get the notification when you click on the bell icon. And if you're into polymer clay, and also if you have a channel, I'm more than happy to come and support you back. So put a comment on one of my videos so I can follow you back. Hi, Gaming. How are we today? මටවගේ නම මතක නැහැ Gaming. Chatwa. Gaming Chatwa. Okay, welcome. So we are adding a little bit more here, but make sure you spread it across. Few more on this end. Just one here, one there. Okay, we're done. Let's move to the next step now. නන්දිකාවේ නේද? ඒක දාලා නම් වෙනස් කරනවානේ. එතකොට අපි නන්දි ගන්නවා හරි. Alright, let's put our last layer on. Before that, I'll use my blade to press it a little bit to flatten the surface. Like that. So we're going to put our last layer. And stretch it up here. Wonderful. So you have a sandwich. What we're going to do next is I'm going to trim this into half. Cut it into half. So we have 2 pieces of sandwiches. And when you're putting them on one another, make sure you not to put the same colors on one another, put the opposite way. Okay, as you can see, there are little gaps. It's because of the foil. So just give it a little press. Hi, Sashira, කොහොමද? වැඩි කාලෙක ඉන්නද? So we're gonna press them all together. එහෙම press කරන්න. ඒක ඇතුලේ air bubbles තියෙනවා නම් ඒවා යන්නත් එක්ක. So once you press it like that, if there's air bubbles inside, it's help us to get rid of the air bubbles. Because air bubbles are not our friends. If you ignore the air bubbles inside your layers, it tends to crack during the baking process. Sponge cake, Alright, what we're going to do next is I'm going to give it a little roll. I'm going to cut some paper. Baking paper. Put it on top of it and use my acrylic roller. The reason I put the baking paper on top of my clay is it prevents sticking that onto my acrylic roller. Hi, Priyanka, කොහොමද? Shall we all double tap the screen and appreciate the video, guys? And if you're new to my channel, Bella's Creation, don't forget to click on the bell icon to stay connected with me to see more projects like this. Priyanka, අද අපි කරන්නේ Mokume Gane technique එක, but we're doing a different way. So this is how it looks like once you flatten your layers. Ignore all this sorted, but that's okay. Only thing you need is the layers combine well. And I'll stretch it a little bit because I need a bigger surface to work with. Give it one final roll. අපි පාරක් එක රෝල් කරමු. Alrighty. As I mentioned earlier, the one that I'm doing is very simple and very easy. So what we have done first, before I move to the next step, I'll just recap what we have done so far. So we got different colors: yellow, magenta, blue, pink, green, and the brownish. And we cut them into square shapes like that and stack them on one another, layer it. And I added some gold foil and also a color foil in between. After that, we cut that into half and stack on one another on the opposite colors. Then as a final step, we roll it using our acrylic roller. Now we are here and ready to move to the next step. So the next step is pretty fun and easy. I do have this kind of, what do you call that? The blade. It's not the straight one. It's a little bit, I forgot the name to call it, like, kind of spiral. So what we're going to do is get your blade and cut that through and press it back. So we're going to repeat it as much as times you could. Actually, there's a sharp side. The other time, oh, this is the sharp side, I guess. The other day, I forgot which one is the sharp side, and I was cutting and I cut my fingers as well. So we're gonna cut that through, trying to get as much as close to the each cut. I think the both sides are sharp. It hurts my finger. Hi Smokey, how are you today? Shall we all double tap the screen and appreciate the effort and the video, beautiful people? Also, if you're new to my channel, Bella's Creation, don't forget to click on the bell icon to stay connected with me. So we're trying to get as close as possible. A few more rounds to go. This is very easy to follow if you are a beginner, because it's very simple steps. There's no complex steps here. Only thing is you need to follow the steps in a sequence. Nearly there. Nearly there. අද මොනවද හදන්න බැලා? අද ස්මෝකි අපි යූස් කරන්නේ Mokume Gane line effect කියන ටෙක්නික් එක. So අපි ඒ steps ටිකක් එකටම complete කරගෙන යන ගමන් alright, the basic cut's done. Then what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna seek for any gaps and like cut that through and combine them all together. So if we get the cuts close to the one another, that would be great. Try your best. Let me see. I think we're good. Oh, and yeah. A little bit more. How comes I missed this big part? Okay. Now I'm going random. We're going crazy and just chop, chop, chop. Done. I'm going to use my blade to lift it up. So this is how it looks like once we finish the cuts. What we're going to do next is clean our surface a little bit and get your blade. Make sure you use a sharp blade or else I quickly go and grab a wet paper because we need to clean this with every cut we're going moving forward. So don't go anywhere, beautiful people. Wait there for me for 30 seconds. I'll be back. Okay, we are back. So we have a wet paper towel, so I'm gonna clean my blade first. ප්‍රයාකවෙන්න සශුරු කතා කරනවා. Okay, now we're gonna give it a little cut. And clean your blade as you go. As I mentioned, this is gonna be very messy. Each cut save them. You can save them for your project. Don't chuck anything out. Every single cut has its own unique designs. So from this technique, what we do is we're gonna get the different designs on each layer we are peeling off. See? It's gonna be different. Oh goodness, I dropped it. Either you can use this side or this side, depends on what you want. සශර ජනවාරය ඇවිල්ලා ගියා. අනිත් එක මම හිතන්නේ මට කාලෙකට එන්න පුළුවන් වෙයි කියලා. Here we go. Let's peel a few layers first. Then I'll show you what we can do with those layers. So today we are doing a Mokume Gane, very simple line effect on the clay. It's very beginner friendly technique that we use today. What I'm going to do next is I'm going to zoom the camera a little bit so you can see the big boy. Let me clean around and also clean the blade. Make sure you clean your blade in between the cuts so you can easily cut through the clay, otherwise it's tend to stuck. See, every cut that you make today with this technique, it's going to be different to one another. That's the beauty of Mokume Gane technique. Some people, they just only peel the first layer off and then they use this clay patch as it is. But what I usually do is I peel the layered off and then work with those layers. And in the bigger working space, make sure you're peeling on one direction, guys. Just like, don't go this way, that way, everywhere. Just go in one direction, in one rhythm. And smoky. The කාලෙකට ලංකාවට එන්න බැරි වේවි. Okay. Now what I'm going to do next is going to get this big boy out, because I'm going to show you what we can do with the layers that we peeled off. So we saved this one. It's beautiful designs. It's very random, very unique designs, beautiful earrings, beads, and any project, isn't it? So this is, we created this one using Mokume Gane technique. Let's move to the next bit. I'm going to zoom that in. I'm sure nice smoky. Not sure this time. First one I'm going to do is I'm going to create a bead using these layers. It's everywhere. Very messy. Let's try to get them closer. Right up. I'm gonna get some clay. Usually as a fillers I'm using the leftover clay. make a little ball to the size that you need it. I'll show you something. So this is what we have created, a keychain using Polymer clay designs. So to make a keychain, I need at least 5 beads. So what we're going to do, we create a little ball first and get this slice and layer it around on the way that you need it. Let me zoom it a little bit so you can see properly. Let's get another one, maybe this one. Sure, it's too big. Get something tiny. And this side, I'm gonna get this layer out and put it tight. Give it a little roll on your hand so you can create a bead using this technique. If you like the lines as it is, I recommend you to use one stripe, since when I'm doing the beads, I like the mix and matches, so you have a different pattern on your clay bead like that. And what I'm going to do next is I'll quickly show you how we're going to recreate this to a clay patch, so you can create some earrings or charms. For this one, I'll be using the white color as in a background. I'm going to run this through the pasta machine. In a thinner setting. This is a little bit, my scissor, let me trim it while I'm having it on my hand. And then we're gonna layer these little layers that we cut. Over here. Yes, this is a Genovia. This is baking clay. So I'm using a Sculpey brand. No preference, but this is what I have started using, Sculpey Primo. And that's what I pretty much using across. So usually I get the basic colors, which is the white, black, blue, yellow, and red. Then I'll mix and match. Add some makeup, the ink. So I do have a alcoholic ink that I'm mixing to get the colors. Also, I'm using the makeup powder. The makeup powder like this to get the colors. But again, you can create any colors if you have the basic colors, Oh, it's landed on a wrong spot. Now it's breaking. Good luck, Bella. I'm gonna do a little bit of patchwork here. Mix and match. Am I? Thank you so much, Genevieve. You're so kind as well. Are you a polymer clay artist or love working with polymer clay? Tell me your background. When you're working with these tiny layers, it's a bit tricky. It's better to work with your bare hand, but I always wear gloves because it's prevent the dust touch on your clay. Let's add some green here. And I'm gonna add some there as well. Just a tiny piece. And maybe some over here. Okay, come here, little one. Put this one there. Good now. Let's cut this one. Alrighty. So let's clean around the area. Save all these bits and pieces so you can use it on your next project. Nothing gonna get scrapped because any polymer clay piece you can reuse. I have done several videos how to use leftover polymer clay, and I'll be doing so many in future as well. So if you're not sure how to use your leftover polymer clay, you can follow my previous videos or stay connected with me. I'll be showing you in the future as well. Alright, for this one, Genevieve, if you're still there, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna use this frame because I can't run this through the pasta machine. I can, but once you run the clay on the pasta machine, this is actually so thick. We should not use this one. If you run this design clay on the pasta machine, it tends to disorder the design. So I'm using the frame to get the same thickness across. So let's give it a little roll. Touch it and feel it. If you see this uneven surface, that means you need to roll it a bit longer to get the flat surface. this is how it looks like. So this is more random pattern that I just created, but if you like only one color, let's say you want only this one, so you can create a clay patch using that color. So I like to mix and match sometimes. Yeah, but it's okay. I'm gonna put that on the clay. Give it a little roll. It's added to the side. We're gonna do a few cuts and create some earrings. So that's going to be the same shape as this one. Let me see a good spot. Yeah. Because I would like to see all the colors, not only one or two. And I'm going to pierce it while it's within the frame. Some people do the holes once it's baked, but I do it before I bake it. It's very kind of earthy design, very unique design on the earring. Now my mission is to find something similar with all these colors. Oh good, sometimes I forget which direction I use the cutter. That way. Is it? No. That way, yeah. Trim that and pierce it. Let me show you the pair. That's how it looks like. Let's double tap the screen if you like what we're doing here. And if you would like to stay connected with us to see more videos like that, don't forget to click on the bell icon. So the next one, I actually want to do some flower shape just for fun. Gonna go here. Nope, not enough. We got to come down. Okay. This is how that looks like. Either you can make a hole in the middle, or you can pierce it. What I'll do, I'm gonna pierce that on one petal. I always encourage, if possible, to do the holes while it's within the frame, but this cutter we can't do it once it's inside the frame, because once it's inside the frame, it's prevent distorting. So those two are the pairs that we just created, and I'll show you how we're gonna do a little start. For a little start, I usually use the small size of the have something similar here. So this time I'm gonna do the smallest stud. So get your findings, the pots. And another tip from me to you is when you have choosing the pots, go with the quality ones, guys, because this gonna be on someone's ears, someone's gonna wear that. Some people has allergies, so if you really consider about your customers, make sure you go with the quality items. Doesn't matter, it's little bit expensive, but when you do things, do it right. The way that I create the pots is very secured and also helps for sensitive skins, because I'm gonna secure this finding inside the pot. So we put it like that, in that way. Oh, it didn't align properly, so let's redo it. And I'm gonna bend the corners like that. I'm gonna do the smallest one. Put it inside the mold and press it gently. Apologies for my voice, guys. I'm not 100% there. Well, sometimes I'm having difficulties in speaking. Alrighty, let's trim the edges off. And do the final touches. Alright, let's take it out. And here's a little start that we just created. Let's do the next one as well. So you know how to do it now. So get your back layer, put your finding like that, and we're gonna sandwich that finding inside so you can't see it and it's not touching on your ear skins, which means if you have sensitive skin, don't worry, this way it's protected. And we gently bend this down. Gonna use the smallest one for this one and press it gently to make sure they're all secured and combined well. And what we're going to do next is we're going to trim the extra bits off. Get your tissue blade, gently peel the extra layers off. patches, and we're going to take it out. Alrighty. That's tiny little stud. It's ready to go in the 130 preheat oven for 30 minutes until it's baked properly. You can put all these things at the same time in the oven. So guys, today we did the Mokume Gane line effect technique, and with that we created this clay patch, and we use our tissue plate to peel the layers off. I'll just do the tiny slice while you're there, like that. I'm going to peel the layers off, and we're going to use these layers and recreate the clay slab. And we did these beautiful earrings and also a bead. For my key rings, I need 5 of these beads for my key ring, and that's how today's project looks like. If you have any questions, it's a time for you to ask now. And I'll quickly create 4 more beads so I can put these guys in the oven to bake. So if you have any questions or comments, don't forget, you can ask now. So let's quickly create 4 more beads. Get my clay, the background, like the base clay, create a bead, a ball. That's gonna go inside, and this time I'm gonna use hold this bit and wrap it around this bead. So here I'm using my needle tool to layer it. And give it a little roll. Roll on your hand. And your beautiful bead is ready. So let's do another one very quickly. You all these big 10 pieces. That's gonna go inside of your bead. I always use the leftover clay as a filler. In that way you can reuse it. And the next one I'm gonna use this clay patch. Wrap it around. Nice. Now we're gonna give it a little roll. Put on your hands. Your bead is ready. So that way you can create your beads. For me, for my project, to create a key ring, I need 5 of them. To create a bead like in the key ring like that, then to move very quickly. So create a tiny ball, and this time this one is good, great, but I'm gonna use this way. So we're gonna wrap it. This is a little bit fragile. Okay, I'll work around it. We're gonna wrap it like that. And if there's any excess, you can take it off. Ooh, there's a little gap here. That means we got to do a little surgery. Done. Give it a little roll and make a ball. And that bit also ready to go. So the last one, let's get your clay, which goes inside. And this time I'll be using this one. Wrap it around and cover all gaps. Use this one. Which way? This way. Hi everyone, welcome. We're just nearly finishing the streaming today. Outside Astrid. So if you missed seeing how we create these beautiful things, Astrid, you can watch our little replay, or else you can join my streaming next day. Most likely I'll be doing a streaming tomorrow. See how I go with my things. And we create this clay creations using this clay patch. This is a Mokume Gane clay patch that we just created. So before we finish, I'll give you a little demonstration how we're gonna slice this clay patch. And once you slice it, you get the different design clay layers, and we use those clay layers to create the stuff like this. And once you finish making your items, you can bake them on 130 preheat oven for 30 minutes. Then it's ready to use. So let's give a little wipe on our plate. And this is how we slice our clay. So this time we get the green colors. And you can use this for your any projects that you like to do with your polymer clay. Me, I create beads for key rings like this, and I make earrings, little studs, small dangles, and also large dangles. Alright guys, that's our project today. I hope you enjoyed and learned something new today. And again, double tap the screen before you go. Also, if you're new to my channel, just join. Don't forget to click on the bell icon to stay connected with me. Stay happy, stay safe. I tell you one thing guys, life throws you so many challenges on your way. Take all such challenges as opportunities. Stay strong. you can see the light in the dark end of the dark tunnel. So stay happy, stay safe. It's me, Bella's Creation. I'll see you soon.